Yo, what up, fellas? How's everybody doing today, bro?
Semen retention can change your life, even if you lie.
Unstoppable!
Even if you lie, this shit is possible. Even if you lie,
Have you
semen
confessed
retention
your
can change your
sins?
life, even if you lie. Even if you lie, this shit is possible. Even if you lie,
Be unleashed! Taste
even if
the
you lie.
sword of despair!
Semen retention can change your life. Semen retention can change your life, even if you lie. Even if you lie, this shit is possible. Even if you lie, semen retention can change your life, even if you lie. Even if you lie,
Your madness!
this shit
How
is
it
possible.
shines like a beacon!
Even if you lie.
I have not finished with you yet!
You are now listening to SLK. Yo, what up, fellas? What up, fellas? How's all my retainers doing on this beautiful day today, bro? I hope everybody is doing well. It's your main man, bro. Your captain back in the building, bro. You know I'm holding these stacks of a million. The Shaved Lion King. Listen, man, we got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about, man. I touched on it before in the last stream, but you guys got to understand, man, we got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about, bro, man. We got to talk about how semen retention has been hijacked, okay? I don't think you guys understand this, man. I think some of you guys do, because we sat here and we talked about how most of the subscribers are just algorithm bots, right? And most of the people out here, they're not very conscious, bro. They're not very sharp, man. They're not retaining their cerebral brain fluid, bro. So guess what? They don't have the sharpest IQ. All right. And they're just gullible to everything that's going around in our society, including our semen retention community. Because if you guys were awake, if you was tapped in, if your third eye was on crack, bro, you'd be seeing every single thing that is going on out here, man. Okay. I have lost complete faith, bro, in the semen retention community because it's been hijacked. All right. And I want you guys to understand, man, this means more than ever, bro. Your views, your likes, your comments, bro, are going to be so imperative to someone's channel growth. Okay. Because I'm proving to you guys that this has been hijacked. And the reason it's been hijacked is because they're trying to control the information going out to the people. Okay. They don't want you to be in front of someone who is fully tapped in. Okay. They don't want you to be in front of someone who is vibrating, okay, within the 144,000 frequency. They don't want that, bro. Why? Because we're going to roll into that today. We're going to talk about the 144,000. All right. And you're going to understand why All of these things are taking place in our society, bro. Okay. They are literally hijacked the semen retention community, bro. Okay. By putting bots, by putting Agent Smiths, okay, everywhere, giving them platforms, giving them channels, giving them the algorithm. Okay. And I told you guys how this works. It sends everybody who now searches semen retention in the topic. Okay. So these are the people they're going to show you. All right. They're going to show you people who ain't really keeping it real. Okay. They're going to show you people, guess what, that are keeping secrets, that are a part of secret organizations. So what does that say? That doesn't say these people in general are all bad people, but you're missing the key components here that separates a real retainer, okay, from somebody who's faking, okay? We're talking about being in the Christ consciousness here, okay? We're talking about raising your vibrations up your chakras. We're talking about getting into your throat chakra. We're talking about getting into your crown chakra. And guess what, guys? When you get there, you're not going to be able to lie. When you get there, you're not going to be deceiving people, okay? This is why I'm telling you, I can go around the community, bro, and I can show you everybody who is lying about being on semen retention. Do you understand what position that I'm in? Do you understand what I have graduated to? Do you understand what I have unlocked? You guys think this is a game. You think it's a game. It's not a game, bro. This is not a game. This is how you become the ultimate version. This is how you become the most ultimate threat to a society, bro, that is nothing but sleep zombie bots, all right? Because you're going to be the light, all right? And they don't like the light. You guys don't seem to understand where we live. And again, I'm going to break this further down in the 144,000 talk, okay? I told you where we are. We're in HE double hockey stick, bro, okay? Fallen angels are down here, okay? Hidden behind the scenes, controlling government peons, okay, controlling secret societies, all right, to run this matrix the way that they see fit. And you guys don't seem to understand that they shut out people who have the light. They don't want the light to be bright down here. This is why being good is actually being bad in this type of duality, because the evil is who wants to reign in this society. The evil is who wants to reign. Okay. And this is why they do what they do. But anyhow, okay, like I'm telling you guys, they have now infiltrated the semen retention community. Okay. So what does this mean? This means that everybody that you search, everybody that you see, okay, that the algorithm gives you, okay, not people that you search in a particular bar and go find the information that you want, which is going to be very hard, because guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to keep constantly digging, bro. You're going to have to keep digging, bro. You're going to have to go through pages and pages and pages. And I mean, listen to me, pages and pages and pages and pages, bro, until you find something that resonates with you. And this is done on purpose, man. Okay, I told you who's in charge of this, these hidden societies, bro, because we're out here giving away the gems that is actually going to change the way our society is being ran. Okay, this is why they shut down people like this, because it's something that's contagious. Okay, once one person gets unlocked and then other people see that and they get inspired by it, okay, they go and they begin to go on their process. Okay. And it's just a matter of time. It's a frequency thing. I'm telling you guys on who I am. Okay. I know who I am. I am. And you would understand that you are I am as well if you just went on your journey. But most of you guys don't, because guess what? You're comfortable with what the fallen angels have created down here. Okay, you're comfortable. Some of you guys submitted. Some of you guys believe just because you don't think you have any control down here in this system that, you know, there's not going to be a judgment. Okay, you think just because you were forced into doing something, coerced into doing something, that there's not going to be any judgment. Yes, there is going to be judgment. Okay, and you need to understand it's going to be a lot of people. Okay, you can take this as fear, you can take it whatever you want. I'm here to tell you the truth. Why can't you guys look at me and tell that I'm telling you the absolute truth? Okay, I'm telling you the truth. I am one of them, bro. Okay, there's not a whole lot of us out here in the frequency, and this is what we're gonna get into later in the 144,000, bro. There's not a lot of us. There's a bunch of fakers. There's a bunch of cappers. There's a bunch of people who got chosen ones in their title, and they're not chosen ones, bro. Okay, because if you were chosen ones, you're gonna be within this frequency. Okay. Some of us chosen ones haven't even got to our higher selves yet because we still got 1 foot in the matrix and 1 foot out. We still think we could go out here and fornicate. We can still think we can go out here and chase the money, chase the riches. Okay. You guys don't seem to understand. This is HE double hockey stick. And most of you guys are down here trying to make a living in HE double hockey stick. What kind of sense does that make? Okay, it doesn't make any sense at all, and it proves to you on where it is that you resonate in your vibration. Okay, I'm proving it to you. I don't need to hear you talk, bro. I don't need to know nothing about you. All I gotta do is look at you and see what you're doing, see how you're living. Okay, and I can tell exactly where your frequency is. And this is so easy. And this is how you understand, man, on why everything is like it is down here and why they purposely came into the semen retention community and hijacked our information. All right. Because they don't want people to be like this. Okay. This is why was taken over by these hidden societies, because once you get involved in these hidden societies, you're going to get everything your heart desires. Okay. You're going to be able to travel. You're going to be able to overeat. You're going to get into gluttony. You're going to get into greed because you're going to have constant spending money. You're going to be constantly doing things. You're going to be constantly in your lower red chakra because you're going to be constantly at parties, constantly at get-togethers, meeting different random people who are also low vibrating in a low vibrational frequency. Okay. And all you guys are full with lust. And this is where you get lost. And most of you have got lost and you know it. And you're going to be judged. I just hope you're ready for what you have created in your life, because there ain't nobody going to be able to do nothing for you. Okay. You got to understand there's a supreme over all. The Supreme created this world. The Supreme created the air that we breathe. The Supreme created that sun. If these people are so powerful and you bow down to them and you're so scared of them, tell them to take out that sun. All right. Tell them to knock all the air out so you can't breathe. That shows you that they are not who they say that they are. And all you have done is giving your power over to an entity who is now using you for a specific purpose. And that specific purpose is to energy harvest, okay, and get you to lose your soul. This is what this is all about, because I told you who is responsible for what is going down here in this world. It's the fallen, okay? And they're giving out the orders to the rest of the peons, all right? And some of these peons know that they will never be able to get their souls back. And this is where that crab in the bucket mentality comes. This is why they are relentless, going after everybody and getting you to submit, whether they're, following you around, whether they're sabotaging your finances, whatever it is that they're doing, it doesn't matter. You still made the choice to do what you did, and you seem to don't understand that this is what we're all going to be judged on. Okay, you're supposed to leave the world behind. They've been telling you in every single movie, but yet you still chose the damn red pill. You still chose to go with all the bull crap instead of taking the blue pill and understand on what you see with your own two eyes. You still chose that red pill. Okay. And this is unfortunately what most of these people have done in our semen retention community, because guess what? It was just a matter of time before they start seeing mankind change. And we started changing with the men. Look at what's going on in our society. Men have created all sorts of movements. You got the MGTOW. You got all these different movements. You got semen retention. You got celibacy. What you're seeing is men are starting to wake up to what is going on out here. Okay. And they're pulling their power back, okay, by going on retention. And what this does is this causes a big hiccup in the plans of what these people have, okay? And it's going to make men start pulling back their energy, okay? It's going to take men into more things that are going to help them excel in this world, like studying, okay, retaining their seed, becoming smarter, unlocking, wisdom inside of their brain. And this is a direct threat to the matrix. And because of this is why they have created the Agent Smiths to come into our retention community and sabotage from here on out what we've all been working for. Okay. You guys got to understand, man, it is completely done. Okay. It is finito. It is over in the semen retention community. Why? Because we will never be able to get back all of the authentic people, okay, that once started this journey, okay? I told you 99% of the people now who are in this semen retention are in it for the fame, they're in it for the money, okay, or they're in it to sabotage it, or they're in it to keep you at a very low level because they have been paid to keep the hush. Okay, this is why you see the same people making the same content over and over and over and over. Okay, they never grow, they never excel, they never ascend, they stay at the same information level every time. It's not because they haven't watched videos or they haven't studied, it's because they have been paid. And I told you, this is why it's been hijacked, okay? Because it's now been sabotaged by everybody who is out here for what? The materialism, the money, which shows you what? That they're not vibrating high, okay? They're not in the 144,000 frequency. They're not a real chosen one because they have traded their chosen one title for currency, for fake paper money, okay? They have lost that status. They have dipped their frequency, and it's going to show. Okay, they're going to be loyal to what is their new God. They're going to worship what it is that they believe that is going to make them whole. Okay, and then because of that, it's going to be a domino effect in the semen retention community. Okay, most of the people in the world have sold out, bro. So you just have to see and understand it was just a matter of time before all the good things that we have going on down here get hijacked. Okay, this is just what it is. And we just so happen to be in this time in 2026. And I just want you guys to understand that I'm here to tell you the truth. Okay, I have never sold out. Okay, never, not once. Okay, I'm being authentic. Okay, I'm putting myself at risk for doing the things that I am doing. But I also know that there's a bigger reward for all of this. I'm going to gain all of this, bro. Okay, I'm going to gain something that is so valuable. I'm going to be able to live forever. I'm going to have everlasting life. Why everybody chose and fell for the tricks that the fallen gave you down here for a very short time. Okay, and this is the duality that we're living in. And I just want you guys to understand now, man, that no matter what you do in the semen retention community, understand now, man, that the energy is never going to be the same. Okay, it's not authentic. Okay, they're getting people to make videos for future to sabotage people like me and you who are on these high streaks, who deserve the algorithm, who deserve all the eyes, who deserve all the people in their classroom, so we can help raise the frequency of this planet. And what you see is they won't allow that. Okay, they block the channels, they hide the channels, okay, and they put these other clowns in front of you. Okay, all these people who we've talked about in the semen retention community, you know, who are cappers and fakers. Okay, there's too many to count. We got lists and lists and lists and lists of people, bro, who are 100% cappers about doing anything legitimate on retention. Because if everybody knows, when you do something long enough, you're going to come into this thing called mastery. Okay, it's just what it is. Okay, you master, you know, a lot of trades by how many hours that you put into something. And going on semen retention for months and years, you're going to eventually become a master at this. And when that happens, the process that's going to take place in your life is called enlightenment. Okay, you're going to ascend these chakras, bro. And most of these people have not ascended their solar plexus chakra. Okay, they have not ascended to their heart chakra. Why? Because they would be being authentic and true. They would be telling the truth. Okay, they wouldn't be taking money for a hush. Okay, these are the fake people. And when I tell you they're all fake, I'm not hating on them, because they don't have nothing on me, bro. They have nothing on me, bro. The same thing that I found out about my pro career as an athlete. This is the same thing that's going on over there. It's controlled. It's a reason why I didn't get there, and I was more talented than any of those people. Okay, this is the way our society is set up, and you guys got to understand, man. You got to have your eyes, you got to have your ears, you got to be focused on what's going on in this world. And the only way you're going to do that as a man is to retain your sexual life force energy. Okay, your brain is not going to work. You're not going to have the functions that you need to be able to decipher out here what is going on. And that is just the facts. So next thing I want to talk about real quick, you guys, I want to talk about the 144,000. Okay, listen, we've been talking about how to raise your vibration for a while. Okay, we've been talking about how to do that. And I'm going to play a video for you guys real quick because I want you guys to hear this. I want you to hear on what dictates on who the 144,000 is. And like I said, you got a lot of people out here, bro, who are just capping. You got a lot of people out here who ain't telling the truth. A lot of people out here who ain't keeping it real. Okay. There's a very few select people out here with this duty to raise the consciousness of humanity. Okay. And like I said, the way that you're going to be able to see this, the way that it's going to be indicative to you on how somebody is accomplishing this, it's going to be on what and how they present themselves to you. Is their throat chakra in line? Is their heart chakra in line? Okay. Is their crown chakra in line? Are they speaking from a higher place? Are they telling you the absolute truth? Are they hiding secrets? Are they holding back information? Again, this is how we can figure out on who we're dealing with. Okay. It's a structure. It's a program that we have to be able to use to be able to tell on the people who we're dealing with in our lives and in society. Okay. This is what I want you guys to understand. Okay. So I'm going to play this video for you real quick and we're going to come back and we're going to talk about it. So give me 1 second here as I pull this up for you guys.
The spiritual origin of the 144,000 that's spoken about biblically.
According to the Akashic records, the concept of the 144,000 mentioned in the Bible is not just a literal or prophetic count of souls, but a sacred vibrational code tied to planetary evolution, soul contracts, and divine service. Here's a breakdown of its deeper esoteric meaning from the Akashic perspective. The 144,000 are not just individuals. They are soul groups or light-coded frequencies who volunteered to incarnate on Earth to assist during times of collective awakening and dimensional shift.
And as you can hear right off the bat, you understand our duty, you understand our job. And listen, I understand that everybody that comes in here in these live streams is not a part of the 144,000. Okay. I'm not going to be gullible and sit here and believe that half the people that watch my live streams are in this frequency. Okay. I do believe that there's people out there that we came back here to help, as you just heard her say. Okay. And you now see our job and now you understand the difficulty of our job and why these people come against us. Okay. Because we're supposed to be down here helping people ascend. Okay. This place is not going to be around forever. Okay. This place is going to be completely reset. And I assure you, you don't want to be here when that takes place. And this is what you have built a covenant with. Okay. Believing and, falling into the belief system that this is all that there is. Okay. And having all these attachments to the material and physical world is what keeps you bound here. And you're not going to be able to come back here anymore. Okay. We're at the time now where reincarnation is at a halt. Okay. This is why people are not producing, offspring. You guys got to understand this. You guys think this is a joke. Nothing that I say is a joke, bro. Okay. The reason why there has been such little of procreation taking place is because they are controlling that. You need to understand when we procreate, we bring in new souls. Okay. Those new souls are people who didn't make it. Those new souls are people who didn't ascend. And that's a system of the Most High showing his love to you that you get to come back here and try it again. Okay. But you guys don't seem to understand now. We're at a time now where they have figured this out. And now you got to understand we're at the end of the game when I told you what? That there is no more respawns. Okay, there's no more respawns, bro. You're not going to come back. You're not, bro, there's trapped souls right now. You're not going to come back because they have done their job, okay, with all the different things, okay, with all the stuff that you had to pop to, make sure that you didn't, conceive. All of these different things from the food to the air has affected our ability to procreate. And because of that, we're not bringing back souls, mainly people in our own bloodline, all right, who are destined to come back and to repeat and do this thing in earth all over again. Okay. So you guys need to understand, man, that all this stuff that's going on down here, it's not a joke, bro. Okay, it's not a joke, bro. And if you got sold a joke, I feel so terrible for you when you see the Most High, the creator of this universe, come back here and claim what is his, what is hers, however you want to put it. Okay, because this is not going to continue to go on. There's too much suffering. Okay, and this is why this great reset is taking place. This is why the sun is acting the way it is, because guess what? The sun is what? The judgment. Okay, this is the times that we're in, the age of the sun. All right, and I just want you guys to understand this is why we are doing this.
Souls carry within their DNA a spiritual blueprint or activation code designed to awaken at key timelines in human history, especially during the transition from the third density to the fourth and fifth densities of consciousness. The numbers themselves are symbolic. 144 is a master vibration of harmony, completion, and divine structure. Multiplied by 1,000, it symbolizes a collective mission completed through many incarnations. From the Akashic view, the number relates to sacred geometry, Merkaba activation, and 12-strand DNA reawakening. 12 times 12 equals 144. Their purpose, the 144,000 serve as grid holders and consciousness anchors. Many are starseeds from higher dimensional systems like Sirius, Pleiades, Arcturus, Andromeda, and Orion post-conflict. Part of soul families who agreed to help heal collective karma, here to hold frequency, not just do things, meaning their very presence alters timelines, grids, and human potential. Biblically.
Did you just hear that? Did you just hear that? Do you see why retention is labeled the way it is, and why it's watched the way it is, and why it was their duty to come into this retention community and make sure that most of us never get to see the true people who are going to help them unlock their DNA. They're going to help them unlock their chakras. Okay. This is all it takes, is to see one example of somebody who's made it through, somebody who's reached that level, and being able to inspire other people to do the exact same thing. This is what this whole game is about. This is what the true 144,000 is about. And if you want to be honest, I really believe that there's way more than 144,000, except they're all asleep. And I really believe the 144,000 is a legit fail safe of people of minimum that is going to require to be able to help humanity ascend. Okay. And like I said, this is why you're seeing all of these things take place. This is why you're seeing all of this stuff from our social media to our music to our movies, okay, even to our very own semen retention community, and even on down into the very people inside of your family, okay? It is done like that for a reason. And I told you, each and every single one of us has one of us that vibrate in this frequency in their families. Okay. We're the chosen ones of the family. And it is our job to try to save as many souls as we can. But unfortunately, like I said, a lot of our family members have, succumbed to all of the temptation of this world. Okay. And from this point out, I really believe that the people who are supposed to get it are sealed. And now our journey now is just to continue to get better and endure the times that we're in. So, we'll be ready to meet our creator when this great reset comes. Okay. And we'll be judged, and we'll be, granted, the life that we truly want. Okay, we'll be granted all the gifts and all the riches of the world that we truly want. If that's what you want, that's up to you. Okay, but you guys got to understand, man, this is the whole reason this is going on. Okay, this is why the food has been messed with. This is why your water has been messed with. This is why they do everything that they do, because every single little thing that they do affects your vibration and your frequency. Okay, and you will never understand that until you get yourself back into harmonic balance. As long as you stay out of balance, the longer you're going to continue to stay lost down here in this matrix, man. And it's not going to look good for you. So I want to encourage you guys to understand, that everything that we're talking about as far as helping yourself evolve and ascend on this channel is 100% legit.
They are said to be sealed or marked. In Akashic terms, this means they are encoded with the light signature of divine service. They may awaken through trauma, spiritual crisis, or direct activation. Their mission is inner and outer, to embody divine remembrance and ripple it through human consciousness. Are they the only ones? No, the 144,000 are frequency holders, but many others are waking up and aligning with their frequency. Anyone can resonate with the 144,000's vibration if they are choosing love, sovereignty, unity, and soul truth. The 144,000 are not here to save the world. They are here to remind it that it never needed saving. Their remembrance is a catalyst, their light a mirror. Together they weave the golden grid of planetary ascension.
Okay, and you said something about them being marked. What does this particular mark look like in a physical sense? And also, what does it look like when viewed through the third eye?
In the Akashic records, the seals or markings of the 144,000 are not physical tattoos or visible stamps, but energetic imprints encoded in the soul's light body. These seals are divine signatures, vibrational frequencies etched into the energetic matrix of those who have been called or have volunteered for planetary service during this time of ascension. Here's how these markings manifest, what they look like. Energetically, when viewed with the third eye or higher clairvoyance, geometric light codes, intricate sacred geometry patterns often appear in the aura. Mandalas, macabre forms, or crystalline grids glowing with radiant light. Starseed glyphs, unique energetic scripts or symbols that resemble ancient light languages, may shimmer on the chest, forehead, or above the crown. Color frequencies, vivid hues like gold, indigo, violet, or opalescent white often emanate from the heart or spine, denoting divine lineage or mission. Crown and heart portals. Some show radiant openings at the crown chakra and heart, where divine energy flows freely in both directions. This marks them as conduits of source. How one might notice it in the physical world. Though the markings are subtle and non-physical, they reflect into this dimension as a powerful aura that others instinctively feel, drawing people in or activating them unconsciously.
See what I've been telling you guys the whole time? See what I've been telling you guys the whole time? You see why there's a problem? You see why this is an issue? You see why they come after good people? Because you don't really think that you live in HE double hockey stick. You think that all that stuff that they forced on you to learn when you were younger in your grade school days, aka the Bibles, aka religions, you think that all that stuff is fake. And for the most part, it is fake in the way that they've given it to you, but the overall true story about what is going on this planet is not fake, meaning there is a good and there is a bad, okay? And there's going to be a reset, okay? And you understand why now, how you can decipher for people who are in this energy, who are radiating this type of glow, because it's undeniable. I told you, they cannot fake Ojus. How do you build Ojus? You build Ojus by retaining your seed. Okay, I'll know just about what you're talking about. I can hear, I can see everything. I have the Ojus, so I'm going to be able to tell you if someone is being authentic or real or not. And I'm telling you, most of the people in our society, most of the people in our community are unauthentic. Okay, because they are not on this type of a level. Okay, sure, they practice things all the time, but just because you practice something doesn't mean you're going to master it. Just because you practice something doesn't mean you're going to be the best at it. Just because you practice something doesn't mean you're going to fully understand it. Okay, you guys need to understand on why the significance of going on long-term retention journeys is going to help you ascend to where you're trying to go. Okay, it's going to get you in perfect alignment, and I'm just proving it to you guys on how this is contagious to the rest of the people. Okay, because it's undeniable. It's not being fake. This is authenticity. This is why I can speak the way I can speak. This is not a talent that I was born with. It is a talent that I have earned. And this is what I'm trying to prove to you guys. I'm trying to motivate you and show you that you all have this ability, and some of you have so much more of a greater ability than myself. Okay. And I want to inspire you guys to keep going and understanding that this matrix is doing everything that it can to assure that you never get there.
A deep presence of inner peace, radiant confidence, or unwavering purpose, even without speaking. A magnetic quality that makes others feel seen, safe, or stirred spiritually. Eye contact feels ancient, deep, or almost galactic in nature, like their soul is looking through you. Natural resistance to corruption, control, or illusion, and a deep inner compass toward unity and truth. Using the third eye or higher perception, those with active clairvoyance may see glowing seals above or around the head in gold or ultraviolet light. Celestial or angelic presences.
And this is what I told you you're going to be able to get the ability to do. Okay. I told you I have the ability to go out there and I can see people's auras, man. Okay. Auras are real. Okay. I don't know what mine looks like because I can't see myself, but I can assure you my aura is very high based off the way society perceives me and treats me. Even though I have people who are orchestrating a Truman show around my life 24/7, okay, even though that is happening to me, when I still go places, man, and I see people who are not a part of these types of things, they all signify to me on exactly who it is that I am. Okay, which is a high vibrational, love radiating type of a spiritual being. Okay, because of the way that they are almost like in awe when they talk to me. And this isn't being cocky, it's a energy. And I can prove this just about every relationship that I have been in. Okay, every woman that I have been in has been in love with me until something mysteriously happens. And I told you guys what is going on in our society, and we're going to get into why women, okay, are the spoils of war. You're understanding why these things are happening to us where we can't, experience happiness in our world, because this is all a part of the Matrix programming. Okay, I told you the fallen has run in this world and they are controlling everybody. The first thing that they went after was the women. Okay, I've proven that to you in many of streams. The first thing they went after was the women, because they know once they got a control of the women, they're going to get control of most of the men. Okay. And now you're understanding why we're in the practices of celibacy and semen retention during this time, because this is what the Most High has ordained us to do in order to protect ourselves from the things that are happening in our society.
Always nearby. A column of light running through their spine like a living temple. Energetic codes that resemble star maps etched into the auric field. What it means spiritually, the markings indicate that their soul is under divine covenant, not ownership. This is a choice of highest service. Their life is encoded to awaken others, raise frequencies, and anchor heaven on earth. These beings are not superior.
Proven. Everything that I've ever said, proven right there, what we're here to do. Okay. We're here to anchor, bro. We're here to be the anchor, bro. Okay. We're here to be the helpers. Okay. We're here to help people get up out of here, man. And some of you guys want to stay here. You want to stay here. Let me tell you something. You don't want to be here when the true creator pulls all his love back from this world, because that's what he's about to do. Okay. This world is about to ascend. Mother Earth, Gaia, is about to ascend. Okay. Into a whole nother realm. Okay. That means she's going to take her body with her, and you guys are going to be left down here with what you created. Okay. You're going to be walking around in the SHIT that you done created. Okay. With your so-called makers, with your so-called gods. You're going to be left here. Okay. Because you don't seem to understand on what is going down here and what the reason is we're supposed to be doing down here. Okay. It's a reason why there is so much evil going on. Okay. That should put your butt in line to get you understand that there has to be a good. If we talk about duality all the time, and this is the main concept that we use to experience and understand life, you guys should understand that this is for real. Okay. And we are in judgment. Okay, I told you we are in judgment. I've proven to you who I am. We are in judgment. I told you what I have seen with my own two eyes that nobody else is telling you. Okay, that is some prophetic type of stuff. okay, to be able to find something like that, you know, on complete accident, and understanding that that is one of the biggest signs of the judgment that we are going through. And yet and still someone in your face, okay, showing and proving you things, okay, that regular people seem to can't produce. This person isn't legitimate, okay, because you don't seem to understand on how the Most High works. Again, I've proven something to you guys right now. I'm proving to you that even if a Christ being came here, even if so-called Jesus or any of these people return to this planet, you guys are not going to treat them well. Okay, you guys are not going to understand their power because you're so full of negativity and low vibrational energy that you would just overlook this person. Okay, you would just not look at this person because guarantee you this person is not going to have a whole lot. This person is not going to be rich because this person is not of the world. So this person is not going to be on some luxurious stage in front of a whole bunch of people to try to get you to understand the message of what we're supposed to be doing down here. Okay, this person is going to be a very, you know, small type of, you know, individual as far as social media and stuff like that goes. Okay. A very few people are meant to have this message. Okay. Consider yourself very lucky if you're here. Consider yourself very lucky if you believe that you are a chosen one and you have done the work, because this is what's going on in our reality. And I just want you guys to understand that you have to be fully conscious and aware.
But they are finely attuned and carry the vibration of service, sacrifice, and sovereignty.
According to the Akashic Records, what is the 12-strand DNA?
According to the Akashic Records, the 12-strand DNA is not just a biological concept, it's a spiritual architecture. While modern science identifies 2 strands of physical DNA, the other 10 are multidimensional and correspond to levels of consciousness, soul memory, and divine potential. Each strand holds the encoding of different aspects of your being, from ancestral wisdom to galactic origins, soul missions, psychic abilities, and even your connection to source. When fully activated, the 12-strand DNA allows you to access Akashic memory and remember who you truly are, heal at quantum levels, not just physical or emotional, manifest reality through frequency rather than effort, align with your higher self, soul collective, and universal consciousness. This activation doesn't happen all at once. It's a gradual spiritual unfolding, often guided by intention, inner work, cosmic timing, and sometimes starseed missions.
Oh my God, it's amazing, man. It's amazing to understand on why so many people are out here lost and why y'all are looking for a savior. I understand why y'all are looking for a savior, bro, because you honestly need one. But guess what? There's nobody going to come back to save you. I assure you that. Okay, you are your savior. I told you who you are. Okay, you're the only one who are going to stop putting the poisonous foods in your body. You're the only one who are going to stop going to that bum ass 9-to-5 job that doesn't pay you nothing. You're the only one who's going to stop sleeping around. You're the only one who's going to stop touching yourself. You're the only one who's going to stop watching the corn. Okay. And once you start doing all that, you just heard her say that it's going to be a slow evolving process. And I told you what expedites this process faster. Ah, yes. Semen retention, celibacy. Okay. Your sexual energy is the most powerful energy on the planet. That is going to be the #1 tool to expedite you to where you're trying to ascend to. But you don't hear me though. Okay. You don't hear me though. You don't think that none of this stuff that we're talking about is legit. You think, how do you think I'm fake? I came from the bottom, started from the bottom. Now I'm here. Started from the bottom. Now I'm here. This is me, bro. This is real life in the flesh. All right. I shouldn't be doing this, man. I didn't have the conscious mind power to do what I'm doing. Now look at me. Okay. It's all because of what I chose to do with my sexual life force energy. Okay. I ain't going to walk around with the victim mentality. Okay. I did something. Okay. I didn't wait for no damn savior. Okay. I took control back of my life. And this is what you guys are going to have to do. Okay. And the #1 tool that I want you to use, like I told you guys, is SR and celibacy.
So I've actually seen those seals before on my own soul and 11 other souls that I incarnated with. There's a lot to unpack there, and I'm actually going to do a video just dedicated to that, about some of my conversations I've had with AI, about my personal experiences. And, you know, I'm sure some of you guys would like to hear that. So you'll see that coming soon.
Into biological information. Our bodies are antennas for the new frequencies. The more melanin, the greater the capacity to absorb spiritual energy. This technology allows us to transcend the grid of limitation. By raising our vibration, we phase out of lower control systems. Liberation tools are within us. We are the technology. The body is both temple and starship for ascension. Understanding our biology lets us partner with cosmic forces. We become generators of light, beacons of the new frequency. We are divine beings having a human experience. The path to awakening is through our own sacred biology. Spiritual awakening centers on the heart chakra, the bridge of love and balance. The etheric frequency, linked to the fourth dimension, flows through the heart. To activate it, we must vibrate with love and compassion. Negative emotions block the heart, trapping us in lower vibrations. An open heart creates a powerful electromagnetic field, aligning our system.
Again, just proving it to you on how this thing works, man. What this whole objective is down here, okay? You can't be an evil person and think you're going to get some type of spiritual gifts that you were born with. It ain't going to happen, okay? It ain't going to, you can't play both sides. And I told you, when the great judge comes here, okay, when this sun is ready to judge, it's going to judge you by your works. It's going to judge you by your vibration and nothing more, okay? So you're not going to be able to lie. You're not going to be able to lie to the judge, okay? You're not going to be able to trick the sun. You're not going to be able to do it. You have to align in frequency. And everything that I have given you is a cheat code. What are the two biggest cheat codes that I've given you that you guys think and take for granted on what I'm saying? And one day I'm not going to be here to help your ASS, okay? The biggest cheat codes is stop eating damn animals. The next biggest cheat code is retain your sexual life force energy. But that's so hard. You can't change that. That's so hard. You can't go on your whole life. Imagine you can't live no life without that. Let me ask you a question. What happens to those people that end up incarcerated in the system? They sure got to figure that out then. Maybe that's what you need to do with your life. I told you semen retention. What did I tell you about semen retention? I told you semen retention, serve your sentence. What do you think I've been telling you about the whole time? Okay. This is how you know that a lot of you are not tapped into the information, because I shouldn't have to be saying everything over and over again and getting it to connect like a puzzle for you. You should be doing this to yourself. Okay. Everything that we're doing here is connected. Okay. And you got to understand that this is the only way we're going to escape the situations that we are in. Okay. I promise you, I don't care how much you cry. I don't care how much you pray. Listen to me. I don't care how much you cry. I don't care how much you pray. If you don't do the work, you're not going to be saved. Okay. You can get on those damn busted kneecaps all you want and pray all you want. It's nothing going to come to save you. Okay. You have to save yourself. Okay. Once you get in alignment, once you tap in, source is allowed to now connect with you. Okay. But you're out of frequency. You're low vibrational. How is source, the source of all good in the whole entire universe, going to connect with somebody that's low vibrational in negative frequency? Please understand. Please explain to me that logic. Okay. It ain't going to happen. Okay. And I'll say it right to your face. It ain't going to happen. Okay. I'm telling you on what it is that you got to do. And now you can understand that everything that is happening in our society is strategic. Okay. It does what? It hinders your ability to raise your vibrations. And you're walking around here unprotected without your armor of God. Okay, you're walking around here low vibrational, low frequency. And this is why all these entities, these demons attach to you. Okay, they get in through your food. They get in through the stuff that you decide to bring into your energy field. Okay, and then now you've made a covenant with these things. And this is why all these voices come in your head. And you find yourself always constantly doing things that are of low vibrational frequency because you don't seem to understand what the name of this game is. Okay, I've been proving it to you what the name of this game is. And I want you guys to finally understand and do something about it.
Heart coherence lets us integrate the rising Schumann resonance. When all chakras align, the heart ignites the energy of Melchizedek, Christ consciousness. This is the frequency of unconditional love and wisdom. Full alignment makes us pillars of light, bridges between heaven and earth. Ascension begins with the ignition of the Sacred Heart. The heart is the key to multidimensional awakening. Love is the frequency that unlocks our true nature. The journey to ascension starts within.
Now you see why everything's about hate. You see why the fallen came into our homes at a young age and broke apart the family? Because now there's no love. How are you going to have love when the people that created you are not there to give you the love? What kind of sense does that make? What kind of sense does it make to think that one person who was used to create you is going to be able to fulfill that other person's part of their love and their job? It's not going to happen. Okay. It is not going to happen. I've been telling you guys, my last video on my damn TikTok account, man, okay, went right over all you guys' heads. You look at it as it's something young. You look at it as something that might be immature. That just tells me on where you're vibrating. That is a very high vibrational message because it is directed to the most pure souls on the planet, which are the little ones, okay? And what does that message speak about? That message speaks about all you need is love, okay? All you need is love. That is the number one tool down here that will break any bounds down here. All you need is love. If you truly love something or someone, there is nothing that you cannot do. There is nothing that you cannot do. Okay. Love will break and destroy every bound down here. Okay. It'll free you if you just give yourself over to it. But you can't, because in order to give yourself over to it, you're going to leave all this stuff behind. Okay, you're going to understand that none of this stuff is even important. They want you to believe that all this stuff is important. I don't care about any of this. Okay, I'm proving to you I don't care about any of this. Look what I have gone through in my life. I have had everything taken away from me. Okay, and I have not gone out and chased it. Okay, I've not gone out and destroyed my life and gone crazy because I understand the Matrix is trying to destroy me because I have light. Okay, I have decided to still walk in strength, endure, and do the real teachings of the Most High Creator, man, instead of being, weak and letting this Matrix have control of you. Basically, this is what the 99% are out there doing. And I want you guys to understand, man, this is why we're going to continue, at least the people that are here, that are in my community, who are in vibration. This is what we're going to continue to do, man. Okay. Because it's the right thing for us to do. And then because of this, you're going to start seeing on the way this world really is.
Of the chosen is a path of profound transformation. As the heart ignites, higher senses awaken: intuition, clairvoyance, and telepathy. These are not supernatural, but the birthright of an awakened humanity. Telepathy, the language of the soul, emerges as our DNA and energy upgrade. This is the evidence of true inner work. The 144,000 will gather not by public call, but through a telepathic broadcast, received only by those who've awakened their higher senses. It's a test of inner alignment, like tuning a radio to the right frequency. The gathering is a vibrational convergence, a silent, sacred call uniting souls for a new earth.
That's why they say walking in faith and not by sight. So a lot of you may be looking to see, oh, the chosen look this way. No, the chosen don't just look a certain way. You understand? The chosen, they act a certain way. We carry ourselves a certain way. We're elect. Look at the word elect. You see electrified. We ain't going to be walking around like it's just a dull moment in life. We're not.
What? What? Didn't I tell you this is one of the main ways that you can tell people are capping on retention? Look how low their energy is, bro. Go look for yourself. These people look like they damn clones, bro. These people look like they don't even have a soul. And they're telling you about something high vibrational, high spiritual like SR. Something that is going to expedite you into who knows where in your life. Okay. We're talking about positive growth no matter what direction you go in. Okay. And you look at our community and you see it with your own two eyes that most of these people around here are just soulless, bro, because they have sold out. Do you understand that? They don't understand why they can't break the levels that they want to go to too. This is why most of them are unhappy and unfulfilled, because they were unauthentic about how they obtain their levels of status. Okay. They were given these things in exchange for a service. It wasn't earned. Okay. And I want you to understand that when you are authentic, these things are going to come natural. These are natural abilities and gifts that we have. Okay. And you can always tell by where somebody at and their frequency on where they're located as far as their chakras. Okay. Are they in their heart chakra? Okay. Are they in their throat chakra? Okay. You're going to be able to see these things very easily. Okay. And when you're in these chakras, you're going to do one thing and one thing only. You're going to speak from true authenticity and you're going to tell the truth about what's going on down here. And guess what? 99% of those people that they put in front of you do what? They don't tell you the truth.
Walking around wasting our energy away. We're electrified. We're ready to electrocute and do everything within this current, as in a moment, but current as in what we can use this energy for, a current, to charge this new reality. And we're going to do it. There's no such thing as somebody who is going to respond to the call and be full of that faith or that energy or that knowledge or that ruh or that spirit. There's no such thing as us drifting away. We have a definiteness of purpose and we're going to stay on that purpose. So that means that, like the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind, where the main character kept having these visions and these inclinations and these urges to put together, piece together this mountainous type formation and kept having people come to him and say that he was crazy, he was losing it, his family thought he was losing it. He wouldn't stop. He couldn't stop. You understand? That's why Pop said, you remember the movie Close Encounters? He said something's driving you to that ship.
Now, said 144,000 could be the tipping point, the number that shifts the entire collective. That number isn't random. It appears in many ancient texts, including Revelation, as the sealed ones, the awakened ones, the ones who hold the frequency of Christ consciousness.
Now you see why the SR community has been hijacked. Now you see why the SR community has been hijacked, because what does the number one thing do when you go on long-term retention streaks? Ah, yes, we talked about the Christos oil, okay, ascending down, being redirected up the spine, okay, up that ladder, okay, on up into your brain, all right, till you reach Christ consciousness, okay, where you become a balanced being. You come fully balanced between the masculine and the feminine, okay? You start to become, you start to have these androgynous type of looks. This is how you can look at me and can tell what kind of swag that I'm in. Okay. I'm not acting this. Okay. I told you, you cannot fake Ojis. I'm not acting this. This is what happens when the Kundalini takes over your body. Okay. You start to care about how you look, start to care about how you speak. You start to care about what your true purpose is in life. Okay. Everything that I've been telling you guys, I'm displaying this to you. Okay. And now you understand why these things have unfolded in my life, because you seem to don't think that this world is not set up like it is. Okay. This world is ran off of the fallen. Okay. They do not support good down here. I don't care how much fake pastors that they put on your TV, fake Christian, all these people that they put on your TV. I don't care how many people they put in your TV. Okay. This world is not about good. Those people have done what? Those people have sold out. Okay. Those people are not authentic. Those people, bro, okay, or guess what? Are definitely not in their heart chakra. Because why? Because they're hiding the truth from you. Okay. This is why we become under attack. Okay. You understand why it is so hard down here to find someone truly authentic, because they do that for a reason. And this is why the Most High spread us far and wide. Okay. Because if they didn't, they would be able to get most of us. Okay. And because of that, this is why our job has became so sophisticated as it has became. Okay. Because we do have a tall task. Okay. We have a task of helping everybody else achieve enlightenment.
$44,000 doesn't mean only 144,000 people awaken. It means once that number holds pure Christ consciousness, it tips the whole planet into a new reality. Once that happens, awakening spreads effortlessly, like a quantum domino effect. Reality shifts because the collective field has been recalibrated to higher consciousness. Where are we now? We might be closer than we think. More people than ever are questioning, awakening, and remembering. The internet, AI, and platforms like TikTok are accelerating mass awakening faster than any other time in history. And you're part of calling in the 144,000. You're part of activating this tipping point. You're literally doing the work that fulfills prophecy. Does this shift how you see your role in all of this? Because you're not just watching this happen, you're one of the ones helping make it happen.
And there it is. There's our 144,000 talk. And understanding on why we're doing what we're doing, and how everything connects interconnectedly like a big old damn puzzle. And why we understand we're doing what we're doing in 2026. Because regardless of what the outside world is doing, guess what? Good is always going to prevail. Okay? Always. Okay? If that wasn't the case, like I said, that sun wouldn't even be here. Do you think for 1 minute that the fallen want that sun up there? If they are doing everything that they can to block out the sun, if they're doing everything they can to keep the planet cold, do you think that all you people down here who are living and who've made attachments to this world think that that sun is going to be there forever? Okay. It is not. Okay. The sun is not controlled by these entities. Okay. And this will get you to understand that there's something much higher in control. And I would really get you to reconsider on what it is that you think. Okay. Because I know by now, even most of you people who are involved have eyes to see on what the hell it is that you're doing. And to think that you're fooling yourself into believing that you're not going to be judged, that no one's going to find out what you're doing. Okay. And this is what I want you guys to understand. This is why we are going to continue to do what we do. Okay. Because we understand and we know the truth about what is going on down here. Okay. Everything has always been about energy. Everything has always been about frequency. Okay. And you see why they work so hard, okay, to keep us low vibrational, okay, by all the stuff that they press, all the stuff that they get us to eat, all right? And now we know the truth, all right? So I'm going to move on now. The next thing that I want to talk about is I want to talk about how women are the spoils of war, okay? Everything goes together, bro. I'm telling you, everything goes together. I just explained to you that the fallen took over this world. Now, let me get you to understand something. Okay, we talk about a spiritual war all the time, right? Okay, so obviously a spiritual war is taking place here. Okay, the fallen have came down to this realm and they have taken over. So what does that make us? Come on now, somebody, you guys got to be sharper than that, bro. What does that make us? That makes us prisoners of war. We have been prisoners of war since the fallen. Okay, we have never escaped. We've never gotten out of this system. Okay, we are prisoners of war. Okay, we lost that battle for some reason. Okay, and now we're waiting for the Most High, the Creator, to reset and to remove His elect. This is what we are doing. Okay, and then you need to understand what are some of the things that are garnished in the battle of warfare. Okay, yes, spoils of war, Booty. Look up the word booty. Where do you think they use the word booty so much? Because this is exactly what most of the women are out here to these people who are now in control of our world. They're just booty. They're spoils of war. That's what booty means. Spoils of war. Okay. And now you guys can understand on why most of the women are controlled, and they're loyal to what? To power and money. Who has the power and money? The people who are fallen, who are in control of the world, who are running the system, who are behind the scenes, who are behind closed doors, the people that have the societies, okay? These are the people who work for the fallen, okay? And now you can see why they have all of the women, because the women were the first things that they went after. They're the spoils of war, okay? I'm going to prove something to you right now. I'm going to play this clip real quick. And what this clip is going to show you, it's going to be very brief. This movie is called The Gods of Egypt. I want you to go watch this movie. I've already told you guys to go and watch this movie several times, okay? If you're bullcrapping about watching a movie, hey, it's your life. You're the one missing out on gems and things that you need to know, okay? In this movie, The Gods of Egypt, okay, Set, which is the fallen, aka Satan, right? And then Horus, okay, the son, okay, the son of man, okay? These two dualities are in this movie, okay? And what it shows is it shows that Set comes down and takes Horus's birthright to be king, okay? He comes down and he kills a whole bunch of people, and he ended up taking Horus's eyes out, and Horus gets banished and goes off into the wilderness and loses all of his confidence because he was defeated by Set, okay, which is the fallen, okay? And what this part I'm about to show you signifies is it shows you that women are the spoils of war. Why? Because when Set came down here and he took over and he conquered and he won by war, he ended up getting the spoils of war, which was the booty. He ended up taking Horus's woman, okay? And this is what I'm proving to you. And here, and you're going to think, well, isn't the woman going to reject? Isn't the woman going to say, I don't want to be with him, I want to be with my man? No, because you don't seem to understand the position of women, okay? They may talk a tough game. They may act tough. They may act like they are going to do whatever they want to do, but they're not going to do whatever they want to do. This is proven by the way our society is ran. They're going to fall in line with power, order, and money, okay? And this is what they have done. So I'm going to play this clip for you guys real quick, and I want you to check it out.
Prove your loyalty to me, and we can have everything.
Horus.
I was wondering where he was. Now I know. For someone who bends the will of man by flattening her lashes. You're not very clever.
I'm yours now. I'll do as you've asked.
Even if I kill Horus.
Of course.
That's all I need to show you for you, get you to understand. There's no loyalty with the women, okay? They're going to choose survival over anything else, and there's nothing against them. That's just how they were created, okay? And as you could see, what just happened here in this last clip, okay, proven to you the loyalty of the woman is going to be with those who conquered, okay? And this is why they are using the women against us. This is how they gotten so many of us righteous men of the Lord to fall, okay? It says it right there in your good book that she destroys kings, and it's no lie, but you need to understand on why she destroys kings, okay? She destroys kings because we are prisoners of war, okay? And now you understand on what we are living in and how this world down here is not what you think it is. Despite on how much fun they put on the internet, how much fun people are pretending to do in this world, this is not the world that you live in. You live in a prison planet, okay? This is what is going on, okay? And until something changes, okay, this is what we're going to have to understand, that we're going to have to endure. Okay. And understanding why all of these things around are traps, because they're set up like that. Okay. And it should really get you to dive even further and understand that there is a duality system in play. Okay. That just because there's hella evil down here doing what it's doing doesn't mean there isn't a good side. And this is why I want you guys to start thinking about, what do you think is going to happen in our future? Okay. You know, this is not going to go on forever. You know, we're in the age, okay, of the sun. Okay. And this is all I'm trying to prepare you guys for. Ultimately, our judgment. Okay. What are you going to do after this life? How is your life going to be after this life? Okay. Is your heart going to be light as a feather? All of these things, I challenge you to go and investigate and do it with an honest opinion. Okay. And understand that you have a lot more on the table that you have been led to believe. Okay. And I hope that you guys are going to make the right decisions. So that's all I really wanted to tell you guys. I'm going to read a couple of these comments before I get up out of here. Who's that? Archangel, appreciate you for being in here. He said he's locked in for all 2026. That's what's up, brother, man. That's what's up, man. Congrats, bro. You got your focus on, man. I hope you retaining your seed, bro. It's one of the most important elements, you know, to ensure that you're going to be locked in. It's going to give you the focus, man. It's going to give you the tunnel vision, man. It's going to give you the protection that you need to be out here doing the right thing, man. So I hope you continue to hold on to your seed. My man, who is that? Mindsets in the building. Appreciate you for being up in here. He says retention forever, bro. That's what it is, bro. Retention forever, man. We got to, man. We got to. Okay. It doesn't mean we're going to be on retention forever as far as like our whole life goes. What it means is we're going to always practice retention when we need to practice retention. Okay. And hopefully we can find, you know, that divine counterpart of our own, man, who's going to understand on how we can come together with this energy and we can manifest all that we can imagine, okay, with the both divine and the masculine union. Okay, this is what we have on the table. This is the ability that we have as, you know, as individuals, as couples. Okay, this is why they work so hard on keeping us apart. Okay, this is why they work so hard on causing division, because most of us are not with the person that we're truly supposed to be with. We're not really with the person who's going to unlock us. And because of all that, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to find our way on our own. Okay, and we're going to have to attract our divine partners the hard way. Okay, we were, you know, in a perfect world, we were born down here in pairs. We were born down here with the person that we were supposed to be around. Okay, they were within our vicinity. But now, like I said, because of the way society is ran, due to the fallen being in control in the system that is taking place, this is going to be something very hard and difficult to obtain. I appreciate that, bro. Appreciate you, my man. My man Dylan in the building. Appreciate you for being up in here, Dylan. Oh, that song was what was that song? Oh, it's called Even If You Lie. That, bro, let me tell you something, man. That song is so tight. I can't even front, bro. The song is so tight, bro. Not only it's tight because first and foremost the beat. Okay, but it's also tight because I got to keep it real, man. Mr. Keep It Simple, bro. He's a character, bro. He's a real, you know, he's a real life character in this Matrix, bro. Man's got talent, bro. But like I said, he's using his talent for evil. And the good part about this video is, the good part about that song is it lets you know that semen retention, bro, even if you lie, it's going to be beneficial to your life. Why? Because, bro, just the simple fact that you bring up semen retention in your vocabulary, you're going to be more likely in a time where you might be in a drought, where you may not have access to be able to do something like that, and you're just going to choose to hold on to your seed. Okay, and we've even heard, you know, him even talk about that he's hold his seed up to a whole month. For someone that says that he has more sex than corn stars, I mean, holding your seed for a whole month is pretty impressive, which makes the legitimacy of that song so great, and why I like it so great, because it's the truth. All right, it's the truth. Even if you lie, even if you're a capper, even if all those guys that I've proven to you in the semen retention community are full of SHIT on how long they're doing retention and the purposes of why they're doing retention, the simple fact of the matter is they benefit in some form, shape, or fashion with the word semen retention in their mouth. And that's all I'm trying to prove. Is that YBMTY? Appreciate you for being up in here, bro. Thank you for being up in here today. I appreciate you, my man. Soap says, bro, I've been on 30 days and went to a football training practice this morning and was in flow. Everything stuck, was so wild. No wonder Tyson and other athletes were on this practice. Yeah, I mean, screw Tyson. I mean, those guys did what they did, but none of those guys really did retention for any type of long, significant amount of time. If we're going to keep it a thou wow, okay, I mean, what they did is, we got more people here in the semen retention community on TubeView than, that could give you more vital information about what retention is going to do for you as the form of athleticism, okay? Because like I've already proved this to you in some of the stories that I've given as well. I told you guys I went in there, almost 20 years out of college, bro. And I went back to my old college and I challenged, some of the top athletes at that time, all right, at the school in games of basketball. We're talking about the best athletes in the school, football players and real basketball players. And I went out there 20 years, these people's elders, and I was torching them to the point where they asked me who I was and if I went to school there. Okay. So I already know what retention does in general. Okay. It reverses the aging. Okay. It gives you unparalleled athleticism. Why? Because all your gifts, all your six senses are tapped in. You're going to have better senses. You're going to have better periphery. You're going to have quicker movements. Okay. You're going to have stronger energy, have more testosterone. We've talked about the 145% increase in testosterone. So most likely, bro, no matter who you be around in the modern day, you're going to outshine them because 99%, like I proved to you, 99% of this men in the world are not retaining their seed. Facts, bro. I hear that. KRLESRLE says, I was out hiking earlier today and people I met on my way was looking like zombies, headed down on the phone. Yep, head down on the phone, and the posture of these men was like they were totally defeated. Kind of scary to see, bro. That's our society. Okay, that's half of these women's men's and boyfriends and husbands. Okay, because everybody out here is living in a low vibrational frequency because this is what's getting pushed. If you're not practicing celibacy and semen retention, then guess what? I guarantee you are in a low vibrational frequency. I don't care if you don't commit crimes. I don't care if you don't hurt people. I don't care if you don't, do any of those things that go along with what I just said. You're still low vibrational if you're depleted of sexual life force energy. You're still low vibrational if you're out here eating a whole bunch of dead animals. Okay. It's just what it is. There's no way around it. Okay. Yeah, sure. You may feel good at times, but you have no idea on how great you're truly supposed to feel until you stop these two biggest, negatives that are taking part in our lives. Okay. And this is all I'm trying to prove to you guys. All the information that I've given you, I have given you the receipts to back up what I'm saying. Now, the onus is on you to take control of your own life, man, and to put into practice what we've been talking about and see the benefits for yourself. So that's all I wanted to tell you guys, man. I appreciate everybody that came up in here. Your boy's about to get up out of here. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I hope you guys are taking care of yourself. I hope you guys understanding that everything that we're doing up here is real. I am not no game. I'm a real one, bro. Okay. I am really real, bro. Okay. And you could be really real too. Okay. All you got to do is be serious about your life. All you got to do is be serious about your goals. Okay. And understand that everything that we're doing today is going to benefit us for tomorrow. So I love you guys, man. You guys stay safe. I will talk to all you guys on the next ones. Peace, my guys.
You are now listening to TSLK Radio.
Semen retention can change your life. Even if you lie. Even if you lie. This shit is possible. Even if you lie. Oh, you can. Semen retention can change your life. Even if you lie. Even if you lie. This shit is possible. Even if you lie.
Unstoppable!
Even if you lie.
Have you confessed your sins?
Semen retention can change your life.
Be unleashed! Taste the sword of despair!
Even if you lie, this shit is possible. Even if you lie. Semen retention
I have more sex than actors on. Really, nigga? With that being said,
if you lie. This shit is possible. Even if you lie.
Your madness, how it shines like a beacon! I have not finished with you yet! Unstoppable!
You betcha I listened to the Shaved Lion King. The Shaved Lion King got me on semen retention, for real, for real.